Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Dr. Bobby Huynh, and let's queer up the USA view. EEOC stops investigating LGBTQ discrimination. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, also known as EEOC, has paused investigations into workplace discrimination complaints based on gender identity or sexual orientation. Multiple EEOC sources confirmed to Mother Jones that staff have been ordered to stop processing both new and existing cases. An EEOC employee confirms, quote, there is what they are calling a pause on investigations of both transgender rights and sexual orientation charges, end quote. The decision follows an executive order from President Donald Trump directing agencies to enforce laws based on, quote, biologically distinct sexes, end quote. While the order does not explicitly rescind LGBTQ protections, EEOC staff say they fear backlash from the administration. According to a former EEOC employee, quote, people are afraid of being on the wrong side of this administration, end quote. The move contradicts the Supreme Court's 2020 ruling on Bostock versus Clayton County, which held that discrimination based on LGBTQ status violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. Additionally, the EEOC has removed non-binary gender markers and pronouns option from its complaint system. Employees report seeing all sexual orientation and gender identity cases labeled, quote, SOGI, also known as sexual orientation and gender identity, paused, end quote. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Although the thing is, Bostock versus Clayton County was a very solid case. I believe it was 6-3, and it was and the majority opinion was written by Justice Gorsuch, who is on the conservative side of things. So the conservative White House is going to ask the conservative SCOTUS to dump his own ruling that's 4 years old. No.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know what Alex is going to say. Alex is going to say that Trump doesn't care. His administration is just going to reject them anyway, because right now, I don't even think EEOC has enough commissioners to finish a complaint, to uphold any kind of complaint.
Well, as the person who first told you that, because part of my day job, I'm part of like this giant email list of the Equal Pay Coalition, because and they deal so much with the EEOC, and we knew that there were potential firings coming up. And Trump fired the 2 Democratic commissioners, because there are 4 commissioners. They don't have a quorum to do anything right now, which is a big strategy that he does, because you don't need to worry about a Supreme Court case when you don't have a quorum of your National Labor Relations Board or your Equal Opportunity Commission to enforce anything. As long as you don't appoint 2 new Democrats while he's president.
Which is not going to happen.
Yeah, well, they can investigate all they want. They can't enforce anything right now. This is insanity what we're
President Elon Musk and his flying monkeys, alongside First Lady Donald Trump, is quite honestly using that exact strategy right now over and over and over.
Yeah.
They empty out USAID, but they cannot dismantle it. They empty out Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, but without
any staff, what are they going to do?
Yeah, they basically just, and now the government unions that represent the civil servants are suing them right at the court, and now the courts have already put for example, some nationwide injunctions in place, and they are going to the district court is going to be busy slapping down all types of injunction.
To an extent, but like Trump didn't, he didn't fill federal elections.
FEC.
Yeah, the FEC seats for a while. So they didn't have a quorum during the end of his presidency for 2 years to enforce any campaign finance rules. So I have a feeling that they'll be allowed to continue to have these vacancies and just allow things to not move forward, which is, it's a tragedy, but it's also it's not a surprise.
It's breaking the government so that Musk and Trump and his cronies can essentially run roughshod all over this country and basically arbitrarily apply whatever they want.
But also remember, something I remember the ACLU told us when I was at the task force. I know this is like Lady Sasha, my drag name, tell an old story. The ACLU would always remind us that, one of the end games of Trump's religious right-wing groups is not to end discrimination laws for LGBTQ people or for women or for black people, is to end non-discrimination laws, full stop. That is their end goal. I don't know why that's their end goal. It's a little crazy to me because, then you can discriminate against Christians, can't you? But that's where they're going, and this is another...
So basically against disabled folks, against everyone.
They
want
to say that you can't, to get rid of it. And this is another step in that direction.
But that dovetails into his new office of faith and religion in the White House, which separates our church and state, apparently just disappeared.
It's gone.
But it is staffed by only evangelicals who want to push Christian nationalism. They're going to start to declare that America is Christian nation just as they want. Yeah. And anyone who don't belong to their religion or don't adhere to their ideals are automatically criminals. So queer people, disabled people,
anybody who's
Jewish
not white,
people,
how about that?
Yeah, anyone who's not
white male.
White, straight, Christian, nationalist male.
100%. So if you're not, look out. Well, they're coming for you.
I mean, the leopard will eat my face. The leopard has eaten my face song is becoming very popular on social media for a reason.
Crazy. Listen, folks, get your armor ready because it's going to be needed, all right? So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.